Thank y'all for tuning in to the Art of Interception, where we say what needs to be said. The mega fight is finally here, the one we all been waiting for. We've been waiting years on this fight. Terence Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence Jr. I mean, two soldiers, two warriors. I mean, two fighters that show no signs of weakness, no signs of backing down. I mean, two fighters that are at the top of their game in their weight class. The art of boxing will be on display July 29th. I mean, counterpunching, feet movement, keeping your distance, power, pressuring, all these things. But make sure we tune in. Who will have the will to win on July 29th? Who possesses the will to win when they wake up that day? That might be the only difference in this fight. I mean, we got Terence Crawford, 5'8", 146 pounds, with a 74-inch reach, right? He's a world champion in 3 different weight classes. Then you got Errol Spence Jr. He's 5'9", 146 pounds with a 72-inch reach. And he's the unified welterweight champion in the world. So this is what we got going. They're going head to head. Now we all know, or if you didn't know, Errol Spence style is a pressure style. I mean, he's coming straight forward at you. He's trying to break you down. He's chopping you down, and he wants you to quit. And let me make you understand. If you never been a boxer and you don't understand what somebody's fighting or in a boxing match and they bringing that pressure and coming forward to you, let me break it down to you. Imagine you in a fight and you're prepared for it. You think you're prepared for it. Now you're in your room, go in your room, and it's a fight in your room. It's 4 corners. That's the ring. Boom, now he coming at you. He throwing all these punches. You think you're prepared. You're doing what you got to do, but it ain't working, right? So what is eventually going to happen? He's going to wear you down. He's going to break you down, and you're going to have to give in. You're going to have to take a knee, give up, or just get knocked out. That's what Terence Crawford got to deal with. A pressure fighter that Errol Spence is, he is bringing that pressure, and he's not going to stop. Man, he has a motor, and that motor is running. Now, Errol Spence is more athletic than people give himself credit for. I seen Errol Spence have to adjust a few times in fights where he had to show his athletic ability because, he just didn't want to pressure. So a lot of people say Terence Crawford is just an athlete, but Errol Spence is definitely an athlete. He just doesn't show it as much as Terence Crawford does. And I think they say Terence Crawford is more of an athlete because he switches from southpaw to orthodox. But at the end of the day, I think it's still going to be who possessed that will to win on that day, who wakes up, right? So now we got Crawford style. We got Terence Crawford. What is his style? His style is to collect data and figure you out. So as you boxing from round 1, he's collecting data. He's collecting data and setting traps. He want to set traps to finish you. So you might be winning. It might look like you're doing good, but all along it might be a trap setting up that rhythm. And when he find out that rhythm, he going to set that trap and he'll explode. Now, with Terence Crawford, I think his power is highly, highly underrated. They're talking about Terence Crawford and his power and his strength. I mean, they're talking about Errol Spence and his power and his strength, but I think Terence Crawford's power and strength is highly underrated. And I think that might play a difference in how the outcome of this fight turns out, or how even this boxing match ends up in a chess match. Because I don't think one or the other can just run up on each other, whether you're a pressure fighter or not. Terence Crawford has a strong left hand, and he showed it multiple times. Errol Spence is a southpaw fighter. Terence Crawford mainly fights southpaw, but he also fights orthodox, right? But Spence, I don't know. I think he fought I've seen about maybe two fights where he fought a southpaw. I'm not sure how many fights he had southpaw, but I don't think he ever fought a southpaw with this caliber, on this level with Terence Crawford. And that definitely can play a huge role in the outcome of this fight, right? Because you got to figure it out. It's not it's not just the pressure. I don't think he's just going to be able to walk in there and apply that pressure that he think he's going to apply. And it's not going to feel the same. So this rhythm and this, this chess match that Terence Crawford is going to bring, it's going to be hard for Errol Spence to deal with. I think now both fighters have fought Kell Brooks and Sean Porter. It's one or two more fighters I think they both fought. And when you get the opinions on both of those fighters from the news reports, then you listen to their interviews and stuff, everybody's neutral. Nobody has a perfect prediction of what they think, of how they think this fight is going to turn out. Because these are two fighters that you can't really find a weakness. You can't really say, okay, he don't know how to jab, he can't counterpunch, he can't take punches, he can't deal with pressure. Both of these fighters can deal with every situation and every aspect. They have shown it and they have dealt with it. That's what's making this fight so exciting. We've been waiting for this fight for years. I mean, Terence Crawford is 39-0 with 30 knockouts, and Errol Spence is 28-0 with 22 knockouts. But you see, the percentage of knockouts is kind of same. You know what I mean? I haven't did the math, but it's right there. 39 wins, 30 knockouts, 28 wins, 22 knockouts. Will this fight end in a knockout? I think so. This fight will end in a knockout. But I'm not going to tell you who I'm picking yet. We got to wait and see. I'll tell you soon who I'm waiting to see. But I'm going to leave you with this one. Spence is the bigger fighter. That means a lot when you're boxing. He's the bigger fighter. He's going to apply a lot of pressure, and he's going to try to impose his will on Terence Crawford. But I've seen people try to do that to Terence Crawford before. And Terence Crawford figured it out. He might dance around for a little while. It might look like it's not going his way. But eventually, Terence Crawford figured it out. I ain't telling y'all who I'm picking yet. Stay tuned to the next episode, right? Probably a week before the fight. A week before July 29th, I'm going to let y'all know who I'm going with. Both these fighters, I love them equally. They're both my favorite fighters. So this was making this a good fight, and it's, everybody on their toes, because I think everybody is they feel the same about both these fighters, right? Unless you're from Dallas or unless you're from Nebraska. So we're going to see how this go down. But tune in like a week before, and I'm going to give you my prediction. Somehow, some way. This the art of interception, where we say what needs to be said. July 29th, big fight, baby. Salute. I'm out.